Hi everyone, welcome to another session of the HPL files. In today's session, we will be solving systems of linear equations using the graphical method. Let's begin. For the first problem, we have the two linear equations. X plus y is equal to 3 and 3x plus y is equal to 5. We start our solution by making a table of values for the first linear equation. We can do this by assigning some values for x. Next, we will determine the corresponding values for y. When x is equal to -1, this becomes -1 plus y is equal to 3. We then transpose the -1 to the other side, making it positive. Therefore, the corresponding y value will be 4. Next, when x is equal to 0, we have y is equal to 3. And then when x is equal to +1, we'll transpose the +1 to the other side, making it negative. Therefore, we have 3 minus 1, or simply 2. Next, we make another table of values for the second linear equation. Again, we assign certain values for x. This time, I'll be using 0, 1, and 2. Let's then solve the corresponding y values. When x is equal to 0, this term becomes 0. Therefore, y is equal to 5. When x is equal to +1, this becomes +3. Transposing +3 to the other side, making it negative, we have 5 minus 3, or simply 2. And then when x is equal to +2, 3 times 2 is +6. Transposing +6 to the other side, we have 5 minus 6, or -1. We then make use of these values to plot the corresponding graph for each linear equation. For the first linear equation, we have this graph. Looking at the coordinates, we have the following: -1 and 4. That's -1 and +4, this point over here. Next will be 0 and 3. 0 for x, +3 for the y value. And then 1, 2. 1 for x, 2 for y value. We do the same thing for the second linear equation. We again make use of this table of values and plot the graph. So again, using the coordinates, we have 0 and 5. 0 for x, +5 for y. Next, we have 1, 2. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. And then 2, -1. X is equal to +2, y is equal to -1. This point over here. We then combine, or we then graph these two linear equations into one x and y axis, giving us the following. The graphs intersect at the coordinates 1, 2, or at the point 1, 2. This means that the solution to this system of linear equations will be x is equal to +1 and y is equal to +2. Next problem. We have the two linear equations, 7x minus 2y plus 11 equals 0, and 6x plus y plus 4 equals 0. We will be using the same method that we use in the first problem, and that is to make a table of values for each linear equation. Notice that the first linear equation can be written like this. What I've done is to just transpose the constant to the other side of the equals sign. Again, we assign certain x values. This time we'll be using -1, 0, and +1. We now solve the corresponding y values. When x is equal to -1, we have the following calculations. we finally obtain the value y is equal to positive 2. Next, when x is equal to 0, notice that the first term becomes 0. And then at this point, we divide each side of the equation by negative 2, giving us y is equal to positive 5.5. And then when x is equal to positive 1, the first term becomes positive 7. Transpose that to the other side, making it negative. And then here, dividing each side of the equation by negative 2, we have y is equal to positive 9. Next, we do the same thing for the second linear equation. Again, I transposed the constant to the other side, making it negative. We then assign these x values, negative 2, negative 1, and 0. So when x is equal to negative 2, the first term becomes negative 12. Transposing that to the other side makes it positive. Therefore, y value is equal to 8. When x is equal to negative 1, the first term becomes negative 6. We then transpose that again to the other side, giving us a final value of y is equal to 2. And when x is equal to 0, the first term becomes 0, giving us a y value of y is equal to negative 4. Next is to use these values to graph the linear equation. For the first linear equation, we have the following coordinates, negative 1 and 2. So negative 1 here, and then positive 2. Next, 0 and 5.5. 0 for x value, y value will be positive 5.5, this point over here. And then for the third point, it will have the following coordinates, 1 and 9, meaning x is equal to 1 and y is equal to positive 9, this point over here. Again, we also graph the second linear equation using the table of values that we obtained. Let's check the points. For the first point, it has the following coordinates, negative 2 and positive 8. So negative 2 for x, that will be around here, and positive 8 for the y value, which is here. This is that point. Next point will be negative 1 and 2, negative 1 for x, positive 2 for y, which is this point. And the third one will be 0, negative 4, 0 for x, negative 4 for the y value. Next, let's combine these two graphs in one x and y axis, or one Cartesian plane. We now have the following. Notice that the graphs intersect at the point negative 1, 2, which means the solution to this system of linear equations will be x is equal to negative 1 and y is equal to positive 2. And that's it, guys. I hope everything's clear. Thank you for learning with me today. See you on the next session of the HBL files.